Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome once again to another Fiery Fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman, and I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump into it and show you what exactly are we playing today on stream. Let's see, let's get myself situated here, and then where we are at. Whoop, 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 there we are. Yay, awesome. All right, Splendid. Again, welcome again, my fiery friend. Thanks again for joining me as always. Happy to see you here. Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So, what exactly are we playing today, you may be wondering? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, what exactly where this inspiration for this deck came from? So, originally, I was playing a little bit of Standard, and I know there's a Esper deck in there that kind of bounces things back and forth, and it's a really annoying deck. And I figured to myself, is it possible to put this deck together and explore, but somehow find a way to make it budget? So that was the question we're going to try to answer today. So here's my version of the Standard deck that we're moving into the Explorer format, a deck that I'm simply calling the Bouncer. So this is actually going to be what we're rocking with today, everybody. So let's go ahead, let's kind of show you, for those of you who are new to this, and for those of you who haven't seen these streams before, what we're simply going to be doing is we'll talk about the deck itself in depth a little bit, explain strategy very briefly, we'll then try to play as many matches as possible in best of 1 and in best of 3, and once we get to the very end, whether we win, lose, good streak, bad streak, we're going to talk about the deck overall at the end, and we'll talk about, again, possible upgrades, things you can want to do with the deck if you like it, and for those of you who are sticking around to the very end, you'll get to kind of see a little sneak peek, if you will, of what's to come in the future for the channel. So, longtime viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, our Bouncer deck today is going to be Orzhov. So, in other words, white and black. Our average mana curve is about 1.9. We're looking at 16 creatures in the deck. 4 instants, 2 sorceries, 4 artifacts, 13 enchantments, and 21 lands. Oh, you're saying the Bouncer? What? So, again, I'll be happy to explain to you in a moment, Dead Splendid. So, the whole idea is it's similar to the Esper Bounce deck that's right now kind of being a thing in Standard, but this time around we're going to be just simplifying it a little bit more and making it budget friendly. So that's kind of the game plan for today. We're going to be talking, of course, with the 1-drops now, so let's talk about this. So Nurturing Pixie is going to be one of the key cards in this deck. So for those of you who've been playing in Standard, you probably already know how well this card is actually. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was. So Nurturing Pixie, Flying Fairy Rogue, 1/1. When it enters, you get to return up to 1 target non-fairy, non-land permanent to its owner's hand. And if a permanent was returned this way, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on the Pixie. So in other words, it becomes a flying 2/2, usually by turn 2. So it does some decent pump with itself. We also have another card that's going to be really essential for the game plan here. So Optimistic Scavenger, also from Dustmourn. So it's a human scout, it's a 1/1, it has the Eerie ability. With the Eerie ability, that means whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever we unlock a room, put a +1/+1 counter on target creatures. So we could pick whatever we want to pump up. We can keep pumping up the Nurturing Pixie. We can pump up the Scavenger if we want to itself and just start making things bigger and bigger. However, we do want to, of course, support the game plan with our enchantments. So with the first enchantment in the deck, Hopeless Nightmare here enters, makes our opponent discard a card, and they have to lose 2 life. If we want to sack it later on, or actually, if it does get sacrificed in general, you get to scry 2. You can pay 3 later on if you want to just sack it on its own, so totally up to you. And the other 1-drop we have is Okiba Reckoner Raid here. So when this enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So this is great for us for stabilization purposes. If we let it flip from a Saga into Nezumi Road Captain, we get a 2/2 Rat Rogue here with vehicles we control have Menace. That actually is going to be relevant today. So I'm going to be happy to explain to you how that actually comes into play in just a little bit. But the idea, of course, is just with these early game things here, Nurturing Pixie can keep bouncing back Hopeless Nightmare and Okiba here to keep helping us stabilize with life gain and drain. We can then keep bouncing back and forth the Hopeless Nightmare to kind of keep annoying our opponent and making them keep losing cards while also losing life. So that's actually one of the key things here. However, because we are going to be doing this in Orzhov colors, we don't have access to one of the other key pieces that was used in the Standard deck. So we had to kind of dig a little bit deep for a second and kind of figure out, is there anything actually else in the 2-drops that can bounce things? So we do. Thankfully, we also have here Avery Mechanic. So this is a 2/2, 2-mana Dwarf Artificer. When it enters, you can return another permanent we control to its owner's hand. So this allows us to just bounce back our stuff. We honestly don't care about our opponent's things. All we just care about is our game plan of just bouncing things to keep reusing for more value. With that, the things we can bounce in the 2-drops that will be cards like Nowhere to Run. So this is actually one of our flash removal spells here. It's an enchantment, and it reads, when it enters, my opponent's creature will get -3/-3 until end of turn. And the creatures our opponent controls can be the target of spells or abilities as though they didn't have hexproof. And also this turns off ward. So this is actually a super sweet card just to kind of just deal with annoying cards we also have kind of a hard time dealing with. And then another one of our edict effects here is going to be Tithing Blade here. When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. You can craft it later on for 5 mana. That actually kind of is a little clunky to do, but it actually can happen in certain matchups depending on the situation. If we manage to flip it into consuming well, I could not say this word right here. Sepulture? I think that's the word. I think that's the word. That's the word. We're going to go with that. Either way, it becomes an artifact where you can then just life gain and drain each turn. We have a single copy of Hidden Stockpile here. This is actually one of our nice little niche pieces here that's actually really sweet for the game plan here. It has the Revolt ability, and this does trigger off very easily because we keep bouncing a lot of our permanents back to our hand. With the Revolt ability, at the beginning of our end step, if a permanent we control left the battlefield, we have to create a 1/1 servo token. If we need to, however, we can also sacrifice those servo tokens by paying 1 and then scrying 1. So this is actually nice for us if we just need to just trigger stuff off, or at least just keep churning through our deck to then start filtering our draws. One card I forgot to mention that I'm going to go back to right now is Glint Sleeve Siphoner. So a lot of people don't remember this card, but I actually like what this card's trying to do here. It's a human rogue, it's 2/1, it has menace. When it enters or attacks, you get energy, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, draw a card, lose 1 life. So this is actually our card draw engine as we keep playing through the game itself. With our other spells to kind of keep our opponent's cards in check and on control, Glint Sleeve Siphoner should be able to have no problem just swinging for free damage, getting energy, and help us churning through our deck to draw more cards. And then finally, in the 3-drop slot here, we're going to have Scroll Shift here, because this is actually one of our flicker effects, if you will. Actually, flicker or is it bounce? I don't remember right now. I know, like, it's actually kind of one of those things I forgot with terminology when it comes to the game. Flicker, I forgot, is something the way it enters, you exile it, and it comes back later in the game. When it comes to bounce effects, or I would say blink effects, that means that enters, and then it exiles, then it comes back immediately on the same turn right there. So FYI for you. Not confusing when it comes to Magic players. But the whole point I'm trying to make, though, is Scroll Shift here allows us to then just exile one of our artifacts, creatures or enchantments, which we have everything in those card types, and then just allows us to bring it back. We can draw a card. So this can help us, again, with pseudo spot removal by just getting rid of the creature. We're getting rid of the permanent for a moment, bringing it back. We get a card out of the deal to replace itself. So it just helps us also trigger some off stuff again and again, which is actually really nice. Now, one of our vehicles that a lot of people do not see coming with this deck is going to be Ether Sphere Harvester. This is actually going to be our stabilization. It has flying. It enters with 2 energy. You can pay 1 energy and then give it lifelink. It only has to crew for 1, so that means any of our creatures will have no problem crewing this up if we want a flying 3/5 creature here. It's actually pretty nice for us. Although we don't trigger off the lifelink too often, it's just nice to have for stabilization purposes. We also are going to then utilize this along with Glint Sleeve Siphoner, just keep generating a ton of energy to, again, just keep our game plan going here. And then just in case, because our deck is kind of a little bit slow, but at the same time we want to make sure we can keep the control of the board, we're going to throw in 2 copies of Day of Judgment here just to blow up the whole board in case we absolutely have to. However, we also have one more flying creature. It's actually a vehicle here, Sky Sovereign Console Flagship, basically the flying sushi boat, as I like to call it here. So this is actually a really sweet card for us. It's flying 6/5 for 5 mana. It's one of our finishers. As it enters or attacks, deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. You have to crew for 3 though, but that's actually pretty sweet for us. So great way to just close out the game very quickly and start picking off certain threats that we just don't want to deal with. So I love this card. Absolutely love what it's going to do here. We have plenty of ways of doing getting these on play. Excuse me for a second. Okay, so as far as the mana base is concerned, we are technically going to be a budget deck today on stream, so we're just going to keep this as sweet, as simple as possible. 6 plains, 6 swamps, Godless Shrine here, so this is going to be our best option here for the rares. Scoured Barrens is going to be for life gain purposes, because we will have some life gain draining effects, so we want to make sure we keep ourselves stable. You actually could put in the Desert Land if you want to be a little more aggro, because the Desert Lands do ping for 1 point of damage, so I don't know if that's going to make a big difference today in our matches, but we'll see how that looks. And then finally, a single copy of Mech Hanger here. Mech Hanger is just in case we blow up the whole board, in case we lose all of our creatures, we could still turn on our vehicles here, so that way they can do some damage to hopefully close out the game against our opponent. Now, later on in the stream itself, we're going to be doing, of course, some sideboarding with best of 3. So if you want to take this best of 3, here's what I would recommend for you. So Duress is here, just again to just keep discarding stuff if you want to be more of a controlling kind of gameplay here. If they have a lot of singular creatures, Tithing Blade is going to be great and has an edict effect. We have Fracture here, just to destroy an artifact, an enchantment, or a planeswalker in a pinch. Soulguide Lantern is going to be our key graveyard hate for the deck. We have Michiko's Reign of Truth. If we want to be a little bit more aggro with the deck, we could throw these in as well, just in case we maybe run into like one of those, I don't know, control decks out there that we want to just push through damage faster. Sheltered by Ghosts is going to be our great option here for anything we just want to get rid of. As long as we can just target a creature here, it'll be able to not only give it stabilization, giving it pump, lifelink, and War 2. I mean, this card is really, really cracked out for what it does. And finally, we'll throw in a single copy of Bandit's Talent here, just so we can keep discarding stuff if we do need a little bit more of a stable way of just drawing cards, and also we can just paint on our opponent as the game progresses and we level up the Bandit's Talent. But otherwise, that's the whole game plan for you, everybody. If you do like the deck as is, I'll be happy to give you a link to this later on in the stream itself, or at the very least at the very end of the stream when I add in the details to the stream on the replay. But otherwise, is this deck capable of getting wins in the Explorer format? Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's go ahead, let's take this deck into the Explorer format, and let's see how well it does. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead, let's jump in now. Again, we're playing some best of 1, and then we'll just jump to best of 3 a little bit later on in the stream. Make an adjustment here. Alright, cool. Alright, here we go, everybody. Let's see. Can we beat down our opponent with this? So I guess you could say... It's time to do. Sorry, I had to try that out. I love how I added that in now. Okay. I amuse myself so easily here. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Alright, so we got our Pixies. And then we have our Hopeless Nightmares, so we can keep bouncing back and stuff. So it's going to be really annoying our opponent here. We have the right amount of lands to do what we need. So let's go ahead, let's keep this. Dense Planet. Is this deck some kind of mid-range deck? Yeah, I guess you could say so. It's a little grindy, because we're just hoping we can just keep putting stuff down like you can see right here. Hopeless Nightmare. The whole game plan, as you kind of see, is we're going to just keep stripping our opponent of resources, slowly draining them out, and just keep utilizing our stuff as the game goes on. So, technically the deck does work very well, I know, in the Esper colors in Standard, but we're going to see today if maybe we can pull this off here. So, you'll see right now. This is going to be funny here. Nurturing Pixie. Bounce back. The Nightmare. Pump up the Pixie. Nightmare again. We just start stripping our opponent here. They'll start losing their stuff very quickly. Okay, Herald. That's good. And again, this should... in theory, this deck should be able to just kind of grind our opponent out with the way it does. Doom Foretold should be here. Well... You wouldn't be wrong about that, Dense Planet, but keep in mind that we're just trying to make a pseudo-budget version. I know we've already made a Doom Foretold deck in the past. I just wanted to see if we can convert over basically a standard deck into here. So it looks like it's... should be fine. And again, I'm just trying to try something a little bit different and spicy now. Maybe something a little bit more off the beaten path. Something that opponents will not see coming. Nurturing Pixie again. Pick up the Hopeless Nightmare. Hopeless Nightmare again. So it does work. You can kind of see. I'm sure our opponent is getting very annoyed at losing cards. Down to 10. Now, our opponent actually is in lethal range pretty quick here. Aether Sphere Harvester will be nice. So with that, we'll swing. Down to 6. Hopeless Nightmare again. I mean, think of this as more like a low to the ground kind of one. Well, our opponent tried to gain some life there. That's annoying. And they gain more life. Alright, that's fine. It's okay. We have our Aether Sphere Harvester coming soon, so that should hopefully help us out. I don't know if our opponent has what I think they have, but we'll see. Do they have... oh, they don't. Maybe? Yes? No? Oh, they don't. I was expecting them to have... what is it? The Wandering Emperor. I was expecting that, but it didn't happen, so I guess that's cool. Pass. And then once we can't bounce any more of our Hopeless Nightmares, we just sacrifice them for some extra value, scry, and then hopefully we should be able to just kind of clean up our opponent very quickly here. But we'll see. We're close. Sacrifice one Hopeless Nightmare. Alright, see what we get. Okay, Okiba, and we have another Hopeless Nightmare. I like this. I kind of like this deck. It's cute. It's definitely a cute deck. Nothing super crazy, just grinding out our opponent for value here. Down to 3. Okay. Well, we are within range. Opponent, do you have any more counter spells you got to burn on this card? Well, of course, they have the numbers that absorb. Alright. Very annoying, because unfortunately that sets us back turns here that we should be utilizing, but okay. Let's put an Aether Sphere Harvester. Maybe we could speed this up a little bit. get some energy, and pass. So yeah, for those of you that may be wondering, why not put in Doom Foretold? Well, again, this is going to be a budget deck. I actually already made last year a Doom Foretold deck on a budget. So this one's just a little bit different. We're trying to keep this one more low to the ground and more grindy. Opponents? Do you have an answer? They paused for a second there. Opponents? Do they have what they think they have? Please tell me they don't have. March of Otherworldly Light. Okay. I mean, that's annoying. But we could still hit them here for 4. Okay. Okibo Reckoner Raid. Drain them out. I mean, slowly but surely, we were able to outgrind our opponent here pretty quick. So, let's see. Is next turn going to be the win? 1 card, opponent. What do you have? Sunfall. That's gross, but that's okay. That's actually not bad. So we lose our card there, but that's okay. So here's how we do this. So, come on, deck. Give me any creature. Any creature will help us win this one. We have a shot here, everybody. Okay, so the Sky Sovereign doesn't do it. Neither does the Day of Judgment. All right. Come on, deck. Show me some love. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Alright, I guess we're going to have to wait it out another turn. That's fine. This is fine. Because we can still flip the Reckoner Raid, and we can still turn on Ether Sphere Harvester. So we should be hopefully okay. Opponent will transform their artifact. That's fine. Oh, man, we're so close here. So close. Wow, desperation there. Memory Deluge. But that doesn't do it, because that means they tapped out completely here. Come on. Oh, this is so beautiful. Such a small, cute little grindy deck for us today. Not my usual style of gameplay, but I wanted to mix it up today. And I also felt like being very annoying. So, I think that's game, everybody. That's game. See right here? We transform. There we go. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway, because I can. Nowhere to run. Because I'm being stinky. Get rid of the creature. Tap for the Ether Sphere Harvester. Yes, it works. It works. There we go. We got him. Got our opponent there. We outgrinded basically, what was it? Azorius Control? Nice. We got our victory there. Yes. Felt good about that one. All right. First win of the day, everybody. Not too bad, right? Okay. So with that... So you were able to see right there, that was actually a pretty good match to show you. The deck definitely can pull off some wins there. So hopefully we should be able to then just keep annoying opponents by grounding them out there. The deck I feel like does work pretty well against control decks there that are looking to just blow up the board, and they can't really do it because all we just keep doing is stripping them of their resources. But yeah, I was happy about that one. So we will load up our next opponent here. Tell me how you're all doing, everybody. How's everyone doing out there today? Hopefully, again, you're having a great day on this Friday afternoon or evening, wherever you're at, or even if you're just watching on the replay. I'd love to hear from you all, you guys. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we're going to be a little bit slow with this hand. I don't know if I want to keep this, but we do have the mech hanger, so we can actually turn on our harvester if we need to. I think... Let's see. Do I want to keep this? We'll keep it. All right. It's time to duel. All right, gain some life. Opponent, what do you got? Show me what you got. Heartfire Hero. Oh, okay. So, it's going to be this game plan then, huh? All right. Well, we're going to have to strip them of stuff now and fast. Okay. 2 Hopeless Nightmares. Dead Splinter, got some decks for you to go against. Teamer, Adventure, Chandra Tribal, or my own Esper Rooms. Take your pick. Okay. Well, if we have time today, we'll see how that goes, but we'll definitely check that out. I know you're always eager to play, so I always appreciate that. Okay, down to 16. Nowhere to Run is actually really nice for us here. Oh, this is such a delicious hand here. Okay. Reckoner Raid. Drain. Back to 17. And go. Okay, opponents? What do you got? Burning Tree Emissary. Interesting. Okay. Looks like they're a little bit more versatile than I expect. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. They have more than one. That's not good for us. Because now they can go wide. We do have a Wrath in the deck, but I don't know if we're going to get to it fast enough, though, against our opponent here. Okay. Nowhere to run. That shuts off Heartfire Hero completely. And they can't do any damage to us, so that's pretty nice. Scroll Shift. Scroll Shift actually will be great here, so we can now blink back and forth our Nowhere to Run, and we can shut down another creature. So, alright. Come on, deck. I believe in you. Nowhere to Run, blinking. This is why I like this deck. It's kind of cool. Oh my goodness, we got the Wrath. Beautiful. Alright. Get rid of that. Down to 14. So far the deck is working. Got our creature there. Ether Sphere Harvester. Get some energy. Let me pass. Okay, so we have good defense now with Ether Sphere Harvester to turn that on if we need to. Slickshot Show Off. Everyone's favorite bird wizard right now. Does our opponent swing though? Okay, they do. Okay. We will crew it up. Turning on. Let's see. What do we block here, though? I guess we'll just block right here. Does our opponents pump up their Slickshot Show Off? They do. Monstrous Rage. No surprise. Alright. They get their pump on. So we will lose the Harvester, but we do get a good trade off of this. Titan Strength. Turn on the lifelink, because we're going to need that for stabilization purposes. Alright, they draw. But they will lose Slickshot Show Off, so it's not the worst for us. Can we survive the hit, though? Looks like we do. Barely, though. Yikes. Okay. Alright, Scroll Shift actually will help us out here, so that actually is not too shabby, so we'll just pass. Oh man, all we just need right now is just one more land for the Day of Judgment to then just hit itself. Okay, so Burning Tree Emissary is blocked. Do they have another pump spell for that? They don't. Alright, here we go. Phew! Opponents? Nowhere to Run. We got another Nowhere to Run. Do they have a pump spell? Play with Fire. They do, but it's not enough to take us out. So, we survive again. Okay. Wow, okay. Well, we're barely holding on right now, but the deck is working. We'll just do it now. Nowhere to Run. Eerie. And there you go, everybody. They have had enough. Yes. Oh, man. I love this deck. It's actually looking pretty good here. I'm actually surprised at how well it did. Wow, we were able to outgrind them there before they were able to out-aggro us. So, nice. You got to see it there, everybody. Looking good. Looking good. All right, all right. Ooh, free Mythic. Okay, Twin Flame Tyrant. That's cool. I'll get a free copy of that. I'll take that. Of course, I would like that as an actual copy of a real card. All right, so let's jump back and do it again, everybody. Let's fight to see.
It's time to do.
All right, so what do we got here? All right, so keep a Reckoner Raid. We have the Nurturing Pixie, so we can bounce it back and forth if we need to. Day of Judgment will be nice for later on. So we could bounce things back and forth pretty easily with this setup here. Depends on what our opponent's going to try to throw at us. What do you got, opponent? Okay, looks like it might be aggro again, which is fine. Keep a Reckoner Raid. Life gain and drain. Life gain some more. Maybe we should have put in the Desert Lands. That actually would be a little bit more helpful with the aggro plan of this deck, but we'll see. Not sure how I want to do that. Okay. Make our opponent lose some life, gain some life. Let's play Avery Mechanic. Bounce back the Okiba. Reuse it. Keep draining our opponents. You're down to 17. Okay. So far, so good. And we do have enough lands where we can actually wrath the board if it does get completely out of control. Okay, Elvish Mystic number 2. What do you got, opponents? Fable. All right. That's a choice. Gain and drain some more. Okay, so I think we're just going to swing here. Does our opponent get cheeky and block? Maybe? Okay, they don't. All right. So, I think we'll pass. Because the way I'm thinking right now is if they're going to add in more creatures because they're trying to build up their board here, maybe we should be able to just hold off for one turn or two and we can Day of Judgment everything. Okay, nowhere to run. That's not bad. Put down the plains. Okay, so I think we can go from here. Do a little bit more damage. Opponents? Bone Crusher Giant. All right. So, it looks like it's just Gruul aggro / mid-range. We just need to find a way to outgrind them. That's all we just need to do. Opponents? Fable flips. Alright, another land. Come on, opponent, just dump out your whole board. I dare you. Okay. Ooh. Sylvan Primordial. Okay. Non-creature opponent. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Just make the mana. So for that, then they get to get a free force card. That's annoying. Okay. Let's see. I guess do this now. No more value off of the token. From here, we will Day of Judgment. Blow up the board. Okay. So, board is clear. So all threats are down. We just need to find a way to kind of rebuild ourselves here. Bone Crusher Giants. Okay, so I think we should be able to pull this off here. So, Nurturing Pixie. Bounce back the Nowhere to Run. Pump up the Nurturing Pixie. Nowhere to Run again. Get rid of the Giants. Phew, okay. So far, so good. Slowly but surely, we are grinding out our opponent here. Show me what you got, opponents. Can we pull this off here? Elder Gargaroth. Ew, that's a disgusting card. A little scary because, again, that card does a lot of good stuff against us. On it? Okay, they do swing. I don't want them to get more value off of this, but I don't know if we have any other option here. Oh, never mind. They got the Bone Crusher Giant anyway. Okay, well, that is annoying, but it is not impossible to get around. Here, so here's how we do this. Okay. Nowhere to Run. Weaken the Gargaroth. Avery mechanic. Bounce back the Nowhere to Run. Play it again. Elder Gargaroth is down. Phew, before that thing gets too much card advantage for our opponent. Okay. We're still not where we want to be, though. We need either our big flying boats or just a way to just keep smashing up everything here. Cleansing Wildfire. Okay, so our opponent is pseudo land destruction, I guess, but that's fine. Because we can still have ways of just getting around their stuff. We have plenty of basics. Okay, Elvish Mystic. Avery Mechanic. Oh, come on. They have still more removal. Another Bone Crusher Giant? Ugh. Disgusting. Okay. Alright, Scroll Shift. Well, that's not the worst, actually. Scroll Shift here. Just do it now. Blink away. Get rid of the reflections before it starts making copies of stuff. Hopeless Nightmare. Drain our opponents. Okay, so we still... Okay, we're not going to have much of an advantage for much longer here because they're going to put out everything, like they just did. But what we need right now is either we need our giant shrimp boats or we need another Wrath to kind of give us another chance here. I don't know. Can we do it? Lair the Hydra. Okay. Down to 12. We have at best one turn. Nurturing Pixie's not horrible, but it doesn't really help us out as well as I think it does. Oh. I just bounced back the wrong land. Oops. I was supposed to bounce back the Nowhere to Run, so I think I might have misclicked there. Yeah. Well, I don't know if this is now going to end well, everybody. We'll try, because I think I just misclicked and I think I just gave away our match. Because what I was supposed to do was Nowhere to Run. That would have gotten Bone Crusher Giant out, and then we could have blocked with the Pixie. Yeah, I mean, we could have probably survived another turn or two there. Oops. Okay, Lair the Hydra. They turn it on. Big swing. Okay, so we have to block here no matter what. Yeah. They were able to outdo us here pretty well. But yeah, I misclicked, so I think I lost this one. Yeah, that's fine. And I know I blocked poorly there either way. That's fine. It's okay, everybody. Sadness. My own misclicks. I really should probably pay attention to what I'm clicking on. That's okay. Not a big deal. We still got some wins, so I'm still pretty good about the deck. It's still, if nothing else, shows that it can grind. So we're just going to jump into it again, and we'll see how well we can do on another one. All right, while we're loading up here. So, next week, we will be having something new to talk about. We'll have Ether Drift coming up quickly here. So, I don't know if you've all been reading the story. It's, I don't know, it's a little bit all over the place. It sounds like it's definitely going to be more goofier in terms of a death race. We're talking like, I don't know, Wacky Racers / Mario Kart / Cars? Maybe a little Fast and Furious dumped in there for good measure? I don't know. It sounds like a really weird story. I mean, I'm not too huge on Magic lore. I do know most of it, but some of it sounds really goofy for this one. Okay. All right, going back to here. Nothing here really helps our game plan, so we need a mulligan. Okay. This looks good. We'll keep this. We will put back... What do we put back here? I think we'll put back... Put back the Ether Sphere Harvester for now. So, for this... Okay, Swamp. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, as always. Alright. Well, looks like our opponent has our game plan now. Or at least has an idea of what we're doing. So what do they throw away? What do they throw away? Scavenger... Okay, Scroll Shift is gone. Okay, well, that's actually not horrible for us. Gain some life. Alright, opponent. Show me what you got.
Time to do.
Overlord. Okay. Oh. Hold on 1 second. Hold the phone. Are they playing our deck just upgraded? Well, this is awkward. I mean, we're the budget version, and this is... Oh, wow, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this, but that's kind of cute. I kind of like that they're actually playing fairly similar to our deck ours. Literally, this is just an upgraded version of our deck. Okay. Okay, enough of me getting distracted there. Plains. Optimistic Scavenger. We will play Hopeless Nightmare. Pump up our Scavenger. Make them discard a card. But wow, okay. Our opponent is very similar to us. I'm kind of shocked. But okay. I guess we'll see who's better, the budget version or theirs. Which probably means their version is going to be better than us, but that's okay. Throw away the Plains. Nurturing Pixie. So they will now bounce back their Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. It's beyond annoying. That's okay. Throw away the Avery mechanic. Imagine vehicle control. That would be hilarious to think about. Oh, that actually sounds great to me. I like how that sounds. So maybe we'll get that. Who knows? Okiba. Pump up our Scavenger. Drain our opponents. We swing. They'll be down to 12. So, let's see. Can we outdo our upgraded version? Thinking. Okay, down to 12. Come on, opponents. Anytime now. Don't keep me waiting too long. Okay, opponent is looking at stuff. They got 3 cards in hand. We have a Glint Sleeve Siphoner, so I'm pretty sure our opponent is not expecting that if we can manage to get it on the field. Thinking. Scroll Shift. Oh, okay. They bounce back their Overlord. Okay. And they will then keep the mill plan going. So, just an FYI for everyone. I mean, you kind of can already figure out now. Our opponent's kind of playing what I was going to talk about later on in terms of an upgraded version. But I think they're already ahead of us on that one. Okay, make some energy. And no attacks. Okay. I just thought of Elvis Reborn for the deck. That could work. Yeah, I mean, maybe if we adjust the deck to be a bit more of a control package, that can work too. That's something I probably will talk about near the end of the stream when I actually want to go over the upgrades for the deck. The only issue is that card's 5 mana, and I guess I would have to swap out maybe the boats. So probably if I took away the vehicle plan, which is kind of what differentiates this version of the deck versus other versions. I mean, it's definitely doable. But something to think about. Nurturing Pixie again. Opponent is going to bounce back their Hopeless Nightmare. Well, I mean, if they're going to do that, I'm kind of glad now we put down the Escher land because we would have lost it anyway. Okay. Opponent swinging here. They mill some more. Unfortunately, we're going to have to block here because it's going to be too much damage coming at us. So they lose their Overlord. Okay, Avery Mechanic's not bad. So with that, Avery Mechanic, we will bounce back Hopeless Nightmare. Replay it. Make our opponent lose some life. And they also lose a card. Oh, yes. So, if I was to redo this deck, and again, I'm kind of already getting ahead of myself here, but obviously the Overlords here are probably going to be key pieces if you do like the bounce effects that this has. I would definitely consider that for upgrades for this deck easily. So you can see they scroll shift. Literally our game plan here. Just upgraded. So awkward though. Or Elspeth's Nightmare. Yeah, that one. Or yeah, we could go the Saga route. That actually is not a... That's actually a pretty good idea for us. Alright. Does our opponent block? Oh, they double block. Oh, that's right. They have to because of the Road Captain. Down to 7. And we pass. So... I mean, we're ahead of our opponent, but not by much. Teleportation Circle. Yep. That's also a pretty good one, too, for us. I mean, it doesn't bounce back any of the enchantments, but it can keep bouncing back the Nurturing Pixie, which can bounce back this. So, Nurturing Pixie gets bounced if they want to. But otherwise, Hopeless Nightmare stacked. And that's a cute combo they have. Okay. Optimistic Scavenger. Hopeless Nightmare. The clear release art version is still putting up a fight, so it's not like a complete blowout. They have Flicker of Fate too. Interesting. So we get rid of their Pixie. So their threats are down. They're down to 5. They have 1 card in hand. Overlord. All right. Again, that is a threat. But they can't bounce back the Overlord because it's only an enchantment. So it's not like they have the best option against us. Okay, we don't need 2 lands. At least not yet. Swing here. Probably going to double block. Down to 4. Okay, so threats are down. They have nothing else left. If we could just get a little bit more damage in, we might be able to beat our opponent here. Oh, they sacrifice Hopeless Nightmare, trying to set up their next turn. Wow, this is literally coming down to the wire. Nowhere to run. Not quite what we need, but here's how we do this. I don't want to do it this way, but I need the pump. Down to 2. Okay. 1 turn for lethal. Did we get there? Overlord. Oh, jeez. They actually did get it. That's annoying. So annoying. Ugh, so close. So close. A Hopeless Nightmare right now is literally all we need to just maybe beat our opponent here. That's all we need. Alright, Teleportation Circle. Dang. We came so close. So close. If we get a Hopeless Nightmare, that's literally the only way we can win this. And we didn't get that. Dang. Alright. Blow up the board. Okay. So, what else we got, opponents? Do we have another Hopeless Nightmare? I mean, we can. Not out of the realm of impossibility, but it's very unlikely we're going to get it. Yeah, they'll keep flickering stuff like this. So they make some more copies. Alright. And yep. Nurturing Pixie. Not quite what I needed. Dang. We were so close. We almost managed to outdo the budget version of this deck. Okay. Well, 1 threat down, but it's not enough. Opponent will swing here. They make more tokens. Even if I block here, it's not enough. Down to 3. Anything else, opponents? Yep. Overlord. But we already put together a budget Overlord deck if anybody wants to try that out in Timeless. We've done that already a while ago. Okay, opponents keeps linking stuff back. Yep. Scoured Barrens does not do it. Man. Alright. Well, we came close. We came close against our more upgraded version of Versus Us, but we did not get there. Yeah, we got wrecked. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. But again, you can kind of get a glimpse as to what we're going to be talking about when we actually upgrade the deck a little bit later on. But still, even on a budget, the deck does pretty good. We were able to grind them literally to the very end there. So, hey, we came close. We came very close on a budget. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out. We're going to see if we can try to pull this off again a little bit later on. Okay, let's do this. Let's take on our opponent. Okay, so, this doesn't really do anything for us. Spell again. Okay, much better. This is fine. We will play Glint Sleeve Siphoner gets put back. So with this, we have now a good curve where we can do our thing. 30 the consoles. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Alright. Record Raid. Drain our opponents. Okay. Clear class. Oh. It's going to be very annoying with all the life gain they're going to get, but we're going to... Oh, wow. They're really going all in on this, huh? Alright. Drain our opponents. And then, let's see. Nurturing Pixie. Taps. Bounce back the Okiba. They gain life, so they're back to where they were. We get to redeploy. So, what we need here is we would like to get at least some of our... We need some way of just stripping them of their... Actually, I'm not sure how I'm going to pull this off. Scoured Barrens. We gain life. We could bounce back still the other cards, but it's not enough. We need another way of just getting rid of certain things on the field. Okiba comes back. Down to 20. Because this is just going to be an endless loop of just life gain, and it doesn't really help us here. Alright. Opponent's definitely a lot of life gain. A lot of life gain. Speaker of the Heavens. Okay, we got to shut that down now, because that's now our biggest threat. Down to 23. Godless Shrine. Okay, so let's see. Nowhere to run. Opponents? Get rid of Speaker of the Heavens. Yeah, maybe I should have gone more of a Saga route with this, but I did put this together pretty quick late last night, so I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. But, I mean, it's still kind of unique for what it is. Okay, so with that, opponents? You there? Anyone? Okay. Just let me swing. That's all I'm asking. Wow. Okay. Well, like, sacked it. Wait, why did they sack it now? They can't cast it. Okay. I don't know why you did that, opponents. There's a little awkward way of them doing it, but okay. Okay, Enduring Innocence. Yeah, life gain is daunting if you don't have ways of, like, just hard removing their creatures. But we do have ways, at least in this deck, to do it. So it's not out of the realm of impossibility. So let's see. Nowhere to run. Get rid of the Veteran. They still gain life, though, so this is beyond annoying. Swing here. Do they block? Mostly against life gain is just a grind. A literal grind. Okay, they gain life again. But we can bounce back our nowhere to run. So, at least against the weak creatures, we can keep stripping them down little by little. We are getting there. Luminous Phantom. Alright. Okay. Daxos is still going to be a pain just to get rid of. We don't have hard removal, at least in the main deck. They swing. They gain more life again. Yep, this one's going to be a long one. So hunker down, everybody. We're going to try, though. We're going to try. Scroll Shift. All right, opponents? You there? Okay, there they are. Good card. Get rid of Luminous Phantom forever. Okay. We get another creature tapped, but it's fine. Okay, Mech Hanger. Enduring Innocence will be gone. Okay. Little by little, everybody. Just slowly trying to get there. Fateful Absence. Oh, so they do have some removal. I thought they were just straight out just life gain for days. 35. Okay. We really need, actually, right now, our Shrimp Boat. So this is actually where Sky Sovereign is the reason why I have that in the deck. Sky Sovereign alone would be big enough where we can just start smashing through our way through this. We just need to find a way to get to it, though. We'll sacrifice that clue they gave us. Scoured Barrens. Okay, that doesn't do it. All right. Okiba. Trying to keep us in the game here. More life gain. We swing with the Road Captain, because that's all we can hit him with. 32. 20. It's like nothing really happened. Okay. Alright. Ugh. Now, we're in a seriously dangerous zone now, because Heliod is a powerful threat. Okay. Alright, Daxos. Swinging. No blocks, unfortunately. Our Wrath here is probably our best bet to get us around this. Clear class. Triggering off. Okay, they gain in. Hopeless Nightmare. Alright. Not exactly what I needed, but it still kind of helps us progress the game plan a little bit. Okay, they had another Daxos ready to go. We sacrifice our Hopeless Nightmare. Come on. Okay, Nurturing Pixie. I guess that helps us out a little bit. Swing here. Down to 33. Do we have exile removal by any chance? We do, but it's not in the main deck. It's in the sideboard if we were playing best of 3. So we're gonna be here a while. I actually don't know now that I think about it if we have a way of getting out of this in the main deck. So we're gonna try. We have Wraths. That's probably our best bet right now. If we can keep the creatures off the board, we can then just slowly drain them out. I don't know if it's enough. All right, they pump up their Speaker of the Heavens. We can get rid of that next turn. So that's not impossible. Or maybe not. Yeah. Maybe we should cut our losses here. Ugh. Okay. Well, yeah, I think we'll cut our losses on this one. We don't have the main deck removal. That was the issue. So we just couldn't get there with what we had. That's fine. That's fine. Ritual, yeah, the blade we have is possible, but it still was not enough. They gained life and they got counters way faster than I was able to keep up with them. So I just cut my losses there. Not what I want to do, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so we'll do this one as another best of 1, and then we're going to go to best of 3. I think that's going to be our best option there. I might actually even go so far as to say maybe I might do some mid-game tweaking with the deck, because there are definitely some more cards maybe I might want to look at. Maybe we should go full-on control with this in mid-range versus what we have. I don't know. Let me know. Should we do a mid-game or a mid-stream tweak to the deck to make it stronger? I mean, I don't want to go not completely non-budget, because that kind of defeats the purpose of this right now. But I want to try out at least maybe another idea. All right, Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Fairy Mastermind. Okay. Our opponent is going to try to be also tricky with us. Preacher of the Schism. Oh, okay. It's like I'm playing against a standard deck. Right? Nothing yet. Plains. Get some more energy. Down to 18. Mid-range with a control sideboard. Yeah, I mean, we can make some tweaks. I'm open to that for this one. I mean, I like the deck, but there's definitely some spots where I am a little clunky with it. So we'll see. Okay, opponent is going to make a token. They'll do some damage. Down to 15. We could use a Wrath. That actually would help us out here quite a bit. Okay, do we... Deshaun's Tidebinder. Very annoying. Because then they shut that down. It's fine. Swamp. Okay. Avery Mechanic. Bounce back our Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Redeploy it. It's a new creature now. So we get some energy. Okay. So we kind of got around the Tidebinder, which was kind of nice. That was also something I got to do. At some point, we got to reevaluate again Merfolk. It's been a while since we played a Merfolk deck, so I kind of want to try again at rebuilding one. Okay, Preacher of the Schism doing its thing again. Okay. I don't feel good about this at all. I do not feel good about this at all. Ugh. All right, we'll just block here. The best thing we can block to get rid of some creatures. Down to 10. They go up to 18. Still another scout. Okay, that's not helping us at all. Come on, deck. Come on. All right. We need something to block with, unfortunately. Okay. Nothing we can really bounce back that would be helpful for us, because we already have enough lands. Wow, we got flooded this game. Completely flooded. Fairy Mastermind again. Yeah, it's like our opponents took their standard deck into this format. Okay, they got Rafine. Now I'm starting to see where it's coming from. Okay, so they're going to connive. That's a lot of card draw. Ugh, yikes. All right, what do you got, opponents? Throw away some stuff there. It's a 5/4. Okay, so even okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get around this one unless we get a Wrath. That's our only way out of this one, is a Wrath. And we did not get it. All right. Yep. Alright. I always feel like this happens to us. Always get a string of wins and make us feel good, and then we get the string of losses here, and it makes me feel like it's completely a conspiracy against a conspiracy. That's what it is. Okay, so we're exactly at the 1 hour point of the stream. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump to best of 3. But normally I don't do this, but we're going to do some tweaks. I've seen what the deck is doing, and I do like the deck overall, at least what we're trying to do here. And I think we maybe need to go a little bit harder with the enchantment plan. I do want to keep this as a budget deck, but we will talk about an upgrade path at the end of the stream. So let's do some minor tweaks here. First off, we need to look at, hold on. I think we might want to look at sagas instead. Maybe that might be a little bit better for us. The lands? Oh, well, I mean, we'll definitely upgrade. Hold on. We'll definitely, of course, look at the land upgrades, but that'll be, again, for the complete upgrade of the deck itself. So, first off, we need to look at what we can work with, what we have right now. Okay, so, All right. Let's see. Okay. Personally, I didn't want to get rid of the game plan with the vehicles because I think that was something that made the deck at least somewhat unique. But I'm willing to be open to maybe trying something else here instead of the vehicle plan. Maybe the sagas that flip into creatures. I'm not sure. Let me look at this really briefly here. Let's see. Trying to think real quick, like what we can have instead. Maybe Eldest Reborn, I guess, in the main deck. If we get rid of the Sky Sovereign, I mean, it's not horrible for us to get rid of these cards, but I guess let's give it a try. Eldest Reborn. Take out the Harvesters, maybe Elspeth's Nightmare, because again, these can be reset for some stuff here. Let's see. I guess I don't know if we need Hidden Stockpile. Maybe we don't need that. And if we get rid of the energy plan, Glint Sleeve Siphoner can go. I don't know. I still like having the backup plan of having the boats, though. I'm not sure. Because I like the plan, but... Or maybe we just keep in... I don't know. The Ramp Saga for Plains? Okay, I mean, that's true, too. So, Birth of Meletis, that's what you're talking about, right? Yeah. That does give us also a blocker. So that does give us at least something to kind of protect ourselves for a while we build up our plan. Let's see. Kebby. Oh, hey, Kebby. Welcome. Thanks again for joining us, my fiery friend. You cut a mythic. You can play the Elspeth Saga. That's true, too. We did cut a mythic rare, so we want to keep the budget. We can bring in Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's see. I think... But okay. Okay, so like that. So should we have in the Elspeth Conquers Death and then maybe keep Eldris Reborn maybe in the sideboard is like an option instead? I guess we can cut Bandit's Talent. We don't really need that as much as I thought I did. Again, I'm open to suggestions right now. So we'll kind of just brew for a little bit for a couple minutes, and then we'll try to bring this back in. We'll play this in best of 3. I think that might be the best way to do this. Okay, so that way, maybe an Overlord. Yeah, I guess the Overlord would probably be a nice way of kind of just giving us something backup. Again, I don't want to go too far into that, only just because that kind of messes a little bit with what we originally were intending with this deck. But again, I'm totally open to it, so let's kind of give that a try. So Overlords. Yeah, Overlord of the Balemerc, so that's actually not too shabby for us. Let's see. Okay, so Miss Morns actually would give us another way of kind of beating down our opponent, because that actually is a pretty tough card, and Scroll Shift does bounce it to make it a regular creature. So let's see. Here's how we do this here. Okay, let's pull up real quick here. Okay. So currently, again, I want to try to keep this budget still because I want to make sure that this is still affordable for anybody that wants to play this. So in that case, I think we'll cut the hidden stockpile. That doesn't really help us out that much. I think I might put Tithing Blade into the sideboard itself. Cut Michigo's Reign of Truth. Tithing Blade, second one goes in here. So we have 2 of those. We need them. Let's bring in into the main deck Sheltered by Ghosts. So we actually have hard removal now. And then, let's see. I think Day of Judgment. And then 1 maybe Mistborn, I think, comes in. I think that might be the best option. Okay. 1 Overlord here. So technically it comes in as a 4-drop. So to make sure I want to keep this as budget as possible. Okay, so everything here pretty much means that we only have to play. Actually, this is actually a lot more budget than I thought. That's 1 rare, 1 rare here. That's 2, 3. Wow. 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you go to the sideboard, 7, 8. Yeah, this is actually very budget. It's actually a lot more budget than I thought it was. Okay. So in that case then, okay, so this is pretty good here. We can actually afford a better mana base actually now with this. We need card draw. Well, the scroll shift kind of does the card draw, but you're right. I mean, let me see if I can find something else here. Let's try here. Okay. Something that can help us at least draw a little bit. Okay, so what do we got at least here? Oh, I mean, Spirited Companion would be kind of cute just to kind of give us a little bit of cheap card draw, but then also we have to kind of look at what we want to adjust here. I mean, I would like to have card draw, but that's also kind of tricky because with the deck, how it's designed, I mean, we don't really need card draw as much just because we have ways of bouncing things back and forth to kind of strip our opponent. That's kind of the main plan with that, was just to keep that all in line. Should we be a Yorion deck? Well, I mean, again, I'm not against that, but it kind of, let's see. I don't know. I don't want to blow up the budget too much on this one. A bargain card from Eldraine. Okay. That's also something too. We got options. We definitely have options here. I do like that. I mean, we got things we could work with here, and just trying to figure out again what is the best things we can use. That is true too. I mean, Spirited Companion alone is just cheap little card draw here, so that's kind of why I like him. So let's see. So in terms of that, we need to then figure out, like, if we say, like, I want to put in Spirited Companion, but then what will we do overall? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. If we pump this up a little bit more and see what we can do with this. That does draw. The dog does help us draw. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you're saying, Kebby. If we put in Yorion into the deck, we can then get the dog. Well, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. At some point, I realize now, at some point I should do at least one stream where we try to make a brew from the ground up. I do like all this, though. 1 missing card from the sideboard. Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't worry. We'll get that card. Let's see. Before we get to that, however, we need to decide now. Do we want to keep this as 60 card and just kind of keep it small and tight? Or do we dare get spicy, go to a Yorion style deck, add in basically another, what is that now, 16 more cards, then fill out the rest of this and just make it basically like, I guess, just a bounce and blink deck? I mean, that kind of works. But also, again, I don't want to go too crazy with it because I just wanted to keep it something simple. Maybe that might be for the upgrade path a little bit later on. See. Okay. So here's how we do this. Okay. I think what see. You want to go nuts? You guys want to go nuts with this deck? Just make it like a giant Yorion pile? Wow. Okay. Well, it wasn't the intention of this, because I wanted to keep it with Yeah, more cards, more options. Okay, just gotta be mindful of our budget here. Let's see. Okay, so with that, we'll keep. All right, just thinking this over real quick. Okay, I think what we can do, if we want to make this all work. All right, Kebby, I think in this build we should run that land aura removal for basics. Wait, which one's that one again? I'm losing track of my cards here. Hold on. So, let's move back the Day of Judgment. Let's see how we do this here. Okay, so. Okay, I think. It wasn't my intention to make this a Yorion deck, but I guess we can kind of play with it a little bit here. So with that, Yorion's going to come in. And then we'll still play around with that. I still, of course, will leave a link. Don't worry, everybody. If you're still watching right now after the brewing is done, I will definitely, of course, leave a link for the original version of the deck if you do like the original version. So don't worry. We're not going to try to completely deconstruct this from the original. I want to maintain at least the integrity of that to some degree. But at least for this one, since we're having a little bit of fun right here, we'll make the adjustments as necessary. Okay, so right now we still have the original land count right now at 21 lands. We're obviously going to have to pump that up a lot. So for now, let me... Yeah, now it's 26. Okay. 7, 28. I think 29, I think should be okay. Or maybe 30. Okay. All right. So if we make the land adjustments right now to 30, we can work with that. Okay. So 30 right now, that leaves us room for 6 more cards. So right now we have Nurturing Pixie, Optimistic Scavenger, Hopeless Nightmare, 29. Okay. Keep with the 29. And then with this... So right now we have one. So to keep this under my usual budget, I try to keep it as 12 or under so that way it's still affordable for anybody in Arena. So let's see real quick. Let's count this out. Okay. So realistically, we're looking at 1 rare in the sideboard here. That's... Sorry. Counting everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this is pretty affordable. Wait, it's only 5? Okay, and then, of course, the 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Actually, not too bad. 9 rares, so that does give us a little bit of wiggle room if we want to kind of go a little bit higher up with what we have. So let's see. So with that, we have 17 creatures. Let's see. Okay, is there anything creature-wise we might else want? Yeah, maybe we put in more of the sagas. Stuff like this can be nice because this can help us stabilize, and then they flip. Very interesting route we've taken here. Again, it's kind of deviated a little bit from the original deck idea we had, but again, it's not bad. I'll definitely, again, leave maybe a link later on for the final version of the deck. Yeah, ossification. That actually would help us out. Let's see, where's that card at? Oh, wait, I forgot. It's not a creature. It's enchantment. Where's it at? Put in a whole set of those. Let's see, Sheltered by Ghosts. It's fine there. Let's see. Okay. I think... Let's see. 3 more cards is what we can afford. Put in one more... one more Overlord. That puts us at 10. Okay. And then... Let's see. I guess... Trying to think of what else we can do. We technically have enough room for if we want to. We can put in 2 more rares or mythics if we really, really want to. Ash, let's see. What did you say? Wait, which one are you suggesting? Ashlid? Oh. Oh, Elsa Life's... Are you talking about Elsa Life's Bounty for protection? Is this the one we're talking about here? I guess 2 copies of that actually would be helpful. That actually could be nice. 2 of those? Alright, so we're at 80. Okay, yeah. I mean, it also has lifelink too, and it also can protect anything we're trying to do. Okay, let's try this out. Completely different from the original version that we had here today. So, I mean, I'll give it a try. Although I did feel like I deviated maybe a little too much from what I originally had planned today, but that's okay. It's not a bad thing. Let me put in again 1 more card, at least for the sideboard here. So for the sideboard, let's see. Actually, maybe I'll put in 1 more Wrath. I think that might be what we might want. So I think maybe I'll probably build this as like the upgrade path. Like if anybody wants to go a little bit nuttier with our original build, this will probably be how I want to do it. Okay. Okay. 1 more thing. Yeah, I guess that might be our best option here. Okay. Let me finish this up real quick and just throw in 1 more card, and then we'll go from there. And then from there, I'm just going to throw that in just because. All right. Hold on. Oh. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? You're around Sky Mode. Okay. Well, definitely a lot more different from our original build, but I guess we'll give it a try. Playing best of 3. Okay, so once again, for this upgraded version, or at least slightly modified version, we're now going to try to invest in Yorion. The deck will now abandon, awkwardly, because I actually was a fan of it, we're going to awkwardly abandon the original energy plan we had and the vehicles, and we're going to try something a little bit different here that's going to focus a little bit more on enchantments and just more pure bounce. Let's see if this version is better. Oh, I went historic? Oh, I did? Oops. You know what? We're just going to just roll with it. Just roll with it. I'm just going to roll with it. Too late now. Okay, so yeah, I queued up into the wrong area, but that's okay, everybody. We're going to make it work still. Put the back the also the Conqueror's Death. Well, we'll see what happens here. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, Densplanet. We're going to make it work. We're still going to make it work. Alright, Birth of Meletus will be nice for later on. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. Well, I mean, I got into the wrong queue, so that was my mistake, everybody. Oops. It's okay. Fanacle Firebrand. Does your opponent sacrifice it? They don't. Don't know why sometimes the game kind of puts me in this queue. No attacks. So, let's see. We'll try. We'll try, everybody. I went completely into the wrong queue. We're up against an opponent here that most likely might steamroll us very quickly here, but we'll see. Oh, they swung with both of us? Okay. I mean, that's free life gain for us. They'll sacrifice their 1 card here. That's okay. Okay. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. Well, our deck is betraying us because it's not giving us any lands. That's not good. Oh, Trial of Ambition. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that card, too. No Trial of Ambition right now in the main deck, but we can throw it in. Forgot about that card, too. Alright, Fanatical Firebrand again. Opponents. Okay, they swinging. No blocks this time. 15. 13. Okay. We're still in the danger zone because our deck is not giving us what we need. Let's see. So, how do we do this here? I think Birth of Meletis. Because we need to start gaining some stuff here. And we need a blocker. Pump. Okay, get a Plains. No attacks. Okay. So, we need a way out of this. Our opponent is going to block here. They're going to swing with their Spitfires. Okay, so with that, Embercleave. Oh boy. Alright. Well. Block the Javelier. Do they block with the Fanatical Firebrand and get rid of it? They do. Wait, why didn't they just hit our face that? They probably could have killed us faster there. Okay. I'm a little awkward there, but alright. Make a wall. Get a Plains. Elspeth's Nightmare. Spitfire's gone. Phew. I mean, some way, somehow, we're somehow alive. Spitfire again. Very interesting choice of cards, opponent, because I would have thought a Cavalcade probably would have been a better card than an Embercleave, but, I mean, hey, you do you. Block with the Champion. Down to 6. Okay. Again, we're not in a horrible spot right now. Gain some life. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. So with this, we'll have nowhere to run just to kind of buy some more time here. Oh, okay. This has got to go now. Okay. All right, Raid Bombardment. And I think that's pretty much game. Yeah, we went to the wrong queue anyway, but that's okay. Yep. Oops. Okay. It's fine. Okay. This is best of 3, so we do have a shot here at just finding a better way of getting out of this. So I think... How do we do this here? Okay, so we basically need to bring in all the removal we can. Everything we can to remove our opponent's stuff. Elspeth Conquers is a little too slow for us. Day of Judgment will keep that. Scroll Shift, Earth, Spirited. Okay. Pretty much everything kind of can stay as is. I guess we just only have to get out one card that we didn't need that much. The Okiba Life Gain and Drain is nice. All right. For this one, I guess the Fractures can come in. That kind of gives us a little bit more to work with to get rid of like certain artifacts and enchantments. And then let's see. I guess cut one Overlord. Okay. Yeah, again, I messed up and went into the wrong queue, everybody, but that's fine. We're going to find a way around this. I think that's going to be our best option there, so we're just going to do that instead. All right. Let's do this. It's time to duel. Oh, they have to sort of keep the Fracture. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Can we get around our opponent here? Drain him for 1, gain some life. We have a Sheltered by Ghost, so that is going to be nice for us. Fanatical Firebrand. Alright. Another Swamp. Gaining life. Drain. Optimistic Scavenger. Will they sacrifice the Fanatical Firebrand? If they don't, then we're in a good spot. No blocks. Nurturing Pixie. This triggers off the Scavenger. Okay. Not too bad. We will play Sheltered by Ghosts. There we go. Much better. And pump it up. Get rid of their card. Life gain is the bane of mono red aggro. I should know, because I play a lot of mono red aggro. So I think we should be able to then beat our opponent here, no problem. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Put it on the road, Captain. Oh, this is beautiful. Raid Bombardment gone. Say goodbye. Okay, there we go. That was an easy way to win against mono red aggro there. Okay, not too bad. Okay. How important is the card draw from Scroll Shift versus the 2 mana version? I mean, in the original build that we had, when I was using vehicles, that was the reason why I wanted Scroll Shift in there, was because I was able to then blink back anything. It was working for my enchantments, my vehicles, and my creatures. So that was the reason why the original build had that one. I mean, it's also a little bit better just because I do like the card draw, so it replaces itself. That was the main reason why we originally had it, because our original version of the deck had some card draw, but it was a little on the clunky side. Any case, let's see. Anything I really need to change with this? I mean, we got our opponent pretty quick there. Maybe the Michigo's Reign of Truth might be better. In that case then, because if I did that, well, I don't know. I think for this one, cut the mechanics. Maybe just 2 mechanics. I mean, it's something to think about. Again, I was just trying to experiment and spitball with something brand new that was a little bit different on what we normally play. So that was the main reason why we went with what we did earlier. Still thinking. So, let's see. Okay. If we get a creature, this is great. If we have a lot of removal here. Let's see. We'll keep this. I know it seems a little goofy because we don't have a creature, but I think we can slowly get our opponent here, because they also mulliganed. Oh, wow, they're playing Raging Goblin? Okay, are they like a beginner deck? I kind of feel bad if I beat them up. Okay, Hopeless Nightmare. Make them lose a card, and they lose 2 life. Okay, they throw in Embercleave. Okay. That's a choice. Okay, down to 18. Okay, so with that, Ossification. Get rid of their cute little Raging Goblin. Such a cute little card. That card takes me back. One of the first cards that I used to really like when I was way back when I used to play Magic in like 2002. Good times. Good times. Okay. Let's see. Let us play a Swamp. I'll pass. So, at the very least, okay, so we can Scroll Shift away the Hopeless Nightmare and just kind of... Okay, or actually maybe not now. Well... Actually, now we'll sack this instead. We'll see if we can draw something else. We need a card. So with that, Birth of Meltis. Dig out a basic land. Scour Barrens, get some life. This keeps us stable for a little bit. Also, once we can get that wall, then we can lock out Spitfire or Chandra's. Yeah, I think that's the plan here. Down to 9. Okay, looking a little scary here, but that's okay. Sheltered by Ghosts. Get rid of the Spitfire. But now we have a wall that's actually kind of hilariously big. So with that, Scroll Shift. Get another Plains. Oh, we got to know where to run. That's nice. Okay. So, a little awkward, but it is working. Sort of. Opponent can't really swing willy-nilly because they're just going to lose life. Or actually, we're going to gain life. Make another wall. Okay. Bring in our cards here. So we'll then pass here. Wow. This is really clunky, but it is working. Sort of. Nowhere to run. Get rid of the Spitfire. Okay. I mean, they're definitely going to ping us here, but we can gain some life, so this will be okay for a bit. Scorch Spitter gone. Goblin Javelin will hit us, but that's okay. Down to 4. Up to 5. Get life back again. 7. Okiba. Well, I mean, to be fair, Den Splendid, I mean, yes, we went to a wrong queue, but, I mean, our opponent's also playing a... Looks like mostly a beginner deck. I mean, no offense to our opponent here, but they're definitely playing a little bit more on the lower end. So I kind of feel a little bad about beating him up here, but I mean, hey, it happens. So with that, Javelier's gone. Okay, we gained some life. Okay. So far, so good. I mean, again, yeah, it's because they're bronze, so I feel a little bad, but sorry, opponents. I mean, I guess, hey, a win's a win, so yay. I'll still take the win. Not too bad for going into the wrong queue. Okay. This time around, however, we will go into the right queue. Okay. So I think what I'm going to have to do is later on, I'm going to do... So I'll clone this. So the original version I will have for everyone later on in the at the end of the stream. And then the modified one will be for those that liked the Yorion build. And then I'll probably circle back to the original build, but I'll do a full upgraded version of that one to recommend for those of you if you like the original one. Either way, I still think the deck overall was feeling pretty good. Even the even what we had. Okay, his Explorer ranked, original bouncer, or I should say the one that we upgraded. Is it on Arena? Wait, what do you mean? Is the build? Sorry, I'm a little confused right now. Okay. It is. It should be in the deck. Oh, you're talking about okay, Underworld Coinsmith? I don't know. I don't remember. I guess we'll have to check later on. We'll have to check that out. So, I think this is how I'm going to do this. So we will... I'll put a link, of course, for the original build of this deck. The one that we worked on right now midway through the stream, I'll probably consider that one the quote-unquote upgraded version. So I think that'll be maybe the best way and fair way to discuss this with everybody out there. All right, Scoured Barrens first. Gain some life. Okay, opponent. Show me what you got. Burning Tree Emissary. Okay, opponents. They made some mana. Oh, it's not? Oops. Oh well. It is what it is. Plains. We will play Ossification. Put it on the plains. Quicker Focus gone. So we'll have to deal with now is just a 2-drop. Okay. Pathway Land. Okay. Ironclad. Kicking it. Okay. Getting aggro here. That's okay. We still got time. We will... Nothing we can really bounce away with a Pixie, unfortunately. So we'll have to just do nothing. That's awkward. Maybe if we get another round of stuff on, I don't know, on Arena for more Pioneer stuff, maybe it might come. Okay, down to 9. But the good news is we have a Wrath, so we'll be okay here. Phew. Okay, so we're good for now. I should probably look that card up, because I don't recall it that well, but I guess might would have helped us out a bit. Okay, bringing in Yorion. Okay, so opponent is just straight up aggro. That's all they're doing. Just aggro. Just aggro. Layer the Hydra. They turn it on. Down to 3. Okay, so with that, another Swamp down. Okay, well, I guess Yorion's coming in. Can't really blink anything. So awkward. We had nothing really to blink anything. Just awkwardly here. They could turn on their Lair of the Hydra if they want to. We can block it. For one. Oh, okay. Do they have another Canker Bloom? Okay. Not sure why they did that, but okay. We go down to 1. Nurturing Pixie. Okay, so. Oh, jeez. This doesn't hit anything. Okay, so, is there any way out of this? Okay, a little awkward for a second here. Get rid of that instead. Nurturing Pixie. Well, it still doesn't do it, does it? No. Opponent can still push through damage. Well, that was a very awkward one for us. We did not get anything that really helped us out at all there. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so for this matchup here, they're full on aggro with their creatures. So I don't know if we're going to have enough time to, like... Let's see. Okay, so with that, put those in. The Elspeth's Conquerors didn't really help us out there. Maybe Michiko's Reign of Truth instead. Just go from there. Okay. Nothing super crazy there. All we just got to do is blow them up. Wrath the board. Remove stuff. All day long. That's what we got to do. Okay, so we're definitely going to be on the play. Okay, so we got a Sheltered by Ghost. That's good. We need that. Spirit of Companion's cute. Hopeless Nightmare, also nice. Okay, let's start stripping them of their stuff. All right, opponents. Discard away. Discard away. Okay. So, still not sure how I feel about this version of the deck, but it so far does work to a degree. Experiment 1. Okay. I'm just going to start trying to grow stuff here. Optimistic Scavenger. Nothing yet. Once we hit Sheltered by Ghosts, we should be able to then just do our thing. Okay. Experiment 1. I forgot that's also back in here now, which is kind of nice. It is an ooze, and I've been looking at trying to make an ooze deck work for a little while. Okay, Canker Bloom. Okay. Well, they go swinging. Opponents? Yes? No? Maybe? Dense Planet. Later this stream, a Yorion duel. Your deck versus my Esper Room deck. Well, we can. Let me just see if I can get out of this first. So let's see. How do we do this here? Okay. Let's see. Spirit of Companion. Good boy. Good boy. Pumping up the Scavenger. Draw a card. Day of Judgment will be nice for later. No attacks yet. Okay. Show me what you got, opponents. 2 cards in hand. I think maybe this might just be the everything block turn. Do you sacrifice? At all? Maybe. Tarka's Command. Okay. Ooh. Down to 8. Okay. Well, now we definitely need to Wrath. Unfortunately, though, we did not get what we needed to Wrath. Okay. Ooh, boy. Wow. Our mana base betrayed us here. Completely. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I mean, this is what happens when you play a budget deck. Sometimes you just kind of have moments like this where you just don't get what you need. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. Not enough for us. We can block at least for another turn. But, yeah. We didn't get there. Wow. We got blown out by Gruul aggro. Dang. All right. We tried. Okay, it's fine. Well, we lost all of our gains there from that mistake match we have. That's okay. Okay, so... yeah. I'm not sure what else I want to say, except I'm just kind of, like, mulling around. I don't mind the changes we made for this deck, but again, I'm not sure if I'm feeling it that well. I feel it's because we kind of threw it together so slapdash. It still feels a little clunky to me. Even though my original version of the deck was also kind of clunky, I'm not sure. But overall, the deck does do its thing. I feel like Gruul Aggro is favored anyways. Yeah. I mean, at some point, I will try to put together another aggro deck of just like pure hasty creatures. We did that a long time ago, but maybe we could try to do that again with a new build. On the other hand, I'm kind of holding off on more unique builds because I'm waiting for Ether Drift spoilers next week. Hopefully, we'll get some stuff that'll get me itching to brew again. But right now, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like in a bit of a like meh moment of like, There are some things I want to try out. And I'm kind of feeling very like, I'm just waiting until more cards come out. At least until we kind of start coming up with fresh new ideas again. But okay, until we get there, let's see what we got. Okay, so I think this is fine. All right, so show me what you got, opponent. Bring it on. Because you got Yorion too. Scoured Barrens. I think the deck has potential. It is true that the deck is iffy, but it is flexible and can be played differently. I mean, you're not wrong. That is true. Let us birth a Melithus. So I think, and I think this kind of comes down to then, like, I'm not against this deck and how we upgraded it, or at least kind of modified it a bit more. I think it's just because it felt like I didn't really put as much thought into it as much as I would like to for a deck. So I think that's probably where my main thing comes into play. But it's one of those things like I myself just will have to kind of like just kind of modify and think about in the future. Nowhere to run. Leafkin. Okay. So our opponent playing Leafkin Druid. Okay. So I kind of figured they're a elemental deck. That's what they're playing. Well, very interesting. Get another Plains. We'll play Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Okay. So, we just need to get to... Well, I'm waiting until they actually put their bigger removal out. We'll see how we can get around that. Merfolk Branch. Okay. So, are they just blinking stuff? I'm very confused as their synergies here, but okay. So, let's see. Do we want to... I mean, Ossification. Take out the Risen Reef. And I guess we'll go from there. Swing. Down 14. Pass. Tempting to Wrath, but I'm going to hold off on the Wrath to see if what else they get out. Den Split it. Maybe later I'll try to make an 80-card Horror Nightmare control deck with Ashiok. I mean, that's definitely doable. I'm pretty sure you can easily make that work. He's got a lot of support now. Okay, so let's see. Gain 2 life. All right. Well, swing here. Do you block with your frog? They don't. Down to 12. Pass. Okay. Still not sure. I mean, I know their deck is also trying to do shenanigans with, like, ETBs and whatnot. Oh, they refueled. That's annoying. But it's... Let's Ossification again. Krace is gone. Keep swinging with our little pixie here. Down to 13. Yeah, people are playing Kraces again. It's been a while since I've seen Kraces played. I would have thought it would have been, like, at this point, over
or outdone. Okay, so they're going to try to blow up now all of our ossifications. But again, I guess that's a good thing why we didn't Wrath early. So we can get rid of some of the stuff we don't need. Okay, so they get the one Risen Reef back. And they exile our graveyard. I mean, we don't care about the graveyard getting exiled. Okay. This might be the Wrath turn now. Because they're getting a little too cheeky with all their land stuff. Oh boy. That's okay, though. That's okay. Swing here. Do you block? Probably not, because they're at 17. Alright, so Wrath time. Whole board's gone. Cleaning out everything. Avery mechanic. Bounce back to nowhere to run. Actually, maybe I probably could have gotten... Actually, I'll get rid of the Hydroid Crisis next time. So, let's see. Opponent's still trying to go off with their ETBs and Rampant. And they're calling in Yorion for the next turn. So let's see. How do we do this here? Nowhere to run. Opponents. Fatal Push. It's fine. Clifftop Lookout. We're going to call in our Yorion. And Hopeless Nightmare. Opponents. Okay. Drain for 2. And they have to throw away a card. They got rid of Abrupt Decay. Okay. We still don't know one card in the deck. Or I would say one creature. Or, I'm sorry. Just one card period in their hand. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know. Words are hard right now. Okay, Spirited Companion. So, here's how we do this. Blink away the Ossification and the Hopeless Nightmare. So Crisis dead. And then we bring stuff back. Actually, I don't know, I probably should have blinked this too. Yeah, I'm making a couple mistakes here. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. We're good. We're still good. Attach the Ossification back to here. Not for any real value. The end. Ouch. That's annoying. But the end doesn't really hurt us because we don't have anything in the main deck except for what? Elspeth Conquers Death? Okay. Well, they lose their Yorion in the process, so I guess that wasn't too bad. I'll take that trade. We still have a Spirited Companion and an Okiba here to kind of still make our thing work. Hydra Crate. Alright. Now we're in real trouble. Okay. Come on. Spirited Companion. I believe in you, little dog. Come on. Oh. That'll do it. Alright, here we go. Bounce back our Ossification. And then we'll Ossification again. We got rid of it. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, that felt so good right there. Well said. Wow. Some way, somehow, we're surviving. Okay, they got a Bolus of Citadel. Okay, now we're again in trouble. Ugh, that's such a tough card to fight. We don't have anything in the main deck for a Bolus of Citadel. Hydra Crisis again? Oh, come on. Realistically? Okay, it's fine. I can bring it on. We got a way to do this, everybody. We can still find a way to fight this. We will blink away our Ossification. Reattach it to another card. Hydra Crisis again. Goes bye-bye. Man. Scroll Shift putting in work. Down to 11. We're still hanging in there. Some way, somehow, we're still fighting. I full 5 set of mana Ashiok, 3 mana Ashiok, maybe Narset with Lily on it. It will definitely be a weird deck. Let me cook. Well, I mean, at that point, it might as well just be a Dimir Super Friends deck. But yeah. I mean, you do you. Okay. We'll sacrifice. Keep this alive. Only just to shut off the end from doing its thing. Oh, Abrupt Decay. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Don't care about that. Opponents? I guess on black. Okay, so we fizzled the D end. That's good. Takanuma. Yeah? Not gonna lie, the ossifications in this deck are really working. I mean, they work perfectly against Hydro Krasis, because once we blink them again, the Krasis just dies since it's a 0/0. So, yeah. Ossification. Still putting in work. Wow, is that their last one? Because we took out already 1, 2. That's 3. And the 4th one is under my... Okay. Wow. Jeez. This has been tough. Very tough. Opponent still has a lot of cards to go through, though. This deck should be called Bouncer Blink. Well, the original intention wasn't meant to be just purely Blink. It was just meant to bounce back our permanents so we can just keep reusing them. But you're not wrong. So far, so good, though. We're still hanging in there. Okay, we don't need more lands, so we'll throw those back. Tuck them in. All right, deck, come on. I need an answer here. We're so close to getting victory here. Oh, jeez. All right. Life gain and drain. I actually kind of wish we kept the, or at least we were able to keep that Elset here. That actually would have been helpful here, but... All right, I don't know. We're still looking very iffy, though. That Hydro Krasis will knock us out quick if we don't have an answer. Should have included the Overlord of Baelmerk, at least 2 copies of it. Well, again, it's not that I don't want to do that. It's just we're kind of then straying away from the original version of what I wanted this deck to be. It originally was just meant to just utilize some of the cheaper bounce creatures that allow us to then just keep reusing our enchantments for cheap removal and card draw and disrupt and discard. We kind of strayed a little bit more from that than I expected today, but it's not bad. I think what I just need to do is kind of reposition this how I want to, though. And I think what I mean by that is I want to keep, of course, the original version of the deck, which we'll definitely have links to, but the version we're playing right now probably should have been the non-budget version. But that's neither here nor there right now. All I'm just trying to do is just get through this, because our opponent is definitely going off, and they're going off pretty quick. All right. So we will discard the planes. The Hydro Krasis does die anyway, so that's gone. A Wrath here would help us out. Okay, so opponent can't really do too many more things unless they want to die, because they have only 2 life left, so they're pretty low. They swing. Down to 15. Okay. All right. Let's see. Opponents. Elspeth Conquers Death. Down to 1. So, let's see. I guess... I mean, really the only thing we can hit is the Muldrotha, and I think that's the biggest thing to hit. Opponents. So, Muldrotha goes bye-bye. I mean, they still have the Bolus of Citadel no matter what. And if I... Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot about the Walker. I'm dumb. But either way, they have a full board. I don't know if we were going to be able to... No, it's fine. It's fine. I was not thinking ahead here. Silverback Elder. Oh, boy. Well... They have now... Well, they have the Silverback Elder anyway. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Now they have all the life gain in the world. God, I hate this card so much. Yeah, Elder keeps him alive. Well, I mean, we've pretty much lost this one already, so we'll just go to game 2. They have the hostage taker there anyway. Yeah, that one was cooked. Okay, so, okay, what do we want for this one? Yeah, the graveyard hate's got to come in for sure. So our Soul Guide Lanter's coming in. Okay. What do we want to bring in for this one? I never really do like fighting Bolas' Citadel decks because they're always so tough to kind of get rid of key pieces they have. Yeah, the Fracture is definitely for sure. Okay. So at this point, I think this might just be the... We're going to have to kind of go more controlling with this one. We're just going to have to just blow stuff up, keep stuff off the board until we can just get what we... I don't know. But what do we cut? That's the thing we got to figure out now. We got to figure out what do we cut. Oh yeah, the Duresses, we're going to need those. Full set of Duress. At this one, I guess we might as well just go full on Blink Shenanigans then. Trying to think now, what do we... Okay, because we got to cut 8 cards. Here, let me put it this way. All right. 45 seconds, trying to figure out what to cut now. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to, this is the control package. We're gonna have to cut these. And then yeah, keep the bouncers. So Optimistic Scavenger's gotta go. Nurturing Pixie will be fine. Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah. All right, game 2. I also realized that I'm looking at the clock right now. I'm actually running out of time, so this probably will have to be the last match because I realize I sadly have to get ready for my big boy job. So that's got to be something that I got to take care of. So sad to say, I wasn't expecting this one to be the last match, but it's going to have to be that way, everybody. So I do apologize ahead of time. For those that are unaware, I like to stream as long as I can, but usually that only comes out to about 2-hour-ish streams because I try to squeeze this in between my full-time job and doing everything else. But for those of you that do like what I do and you want to support me in any way, shape, or form, all you have to simply do is give me a like, follow, subscribe wherever you watch the content, whether you're watching on any of the streaming sites, YouTube, Twitch, even on X, you can follow me there. Instagram, where I have, of course, the stream as well in a different variation. Kick, wherever you want. Show me some love there. We can join the Discord. You can, of course, also... Be sure to support me if you want to on Patreon, if you want to be a true fiery friend. But even if you don't, that's perfectly fine. Just your support of being here or support of just watching some videos, giving some likes on some of the videos we put out there is something that I really appreciate all of y'all doing. So thank you for that, everybody. If nothing else, I do appreciate any and all support that y'all give me. Okay, Scoured Barrens. Okay. So it's going to still be a little while before we get our black mana, but we at least should be good to go. But on the other hand, they do have... They're also going to be a little slow, too. Scoured Barrens. Pass. Okay. All right, so... Bring it on, opponent.
It's time to
Bring it on. Okay, so with that... let me get a peek at what they're doing first. Let's get a peeky peek. Oh, they have the end... Okay, the Great Henge has got to go. That's a piece that has to be gone. Bring in Yorion now since we have nothing else to do. Okay, Clifftop Lookout. They get a land out. Okay, so with that, we will pay 2 there. Hopeless Nightmare. Get rid of a land, most likely. Nurturing Pixie. Bounces back. Sheltered by Ghosts. Get protection for a little bit. Hopeless Nightmare again. All right. Little by little, we strip them. We're stripping them down. Okay. So, at least now we have something we can just kind of start doing some damage with. Oh, or at least not yet. That's okay. This is fine. Okay, they make us discard. That's annoying, but... throw away the shrine. We're getting a land anyway, so it's okay. Okay, so with that... Yorion coming in. Let's see. That will give them another land, but we're going to get rid of that whore instead. Unless they block with their frog. Down to 14. Okay, so attach here. Get rid of the horror. Okay, so now we have a bigger threat now. Down to 12. All right, little by little, we're making it. But is it going to be enough? We shall see. Okay, opponents bringing in their Yorion. Okay, Overlord's not bad either. That's actually not too shabby for us. Overlord of the Mistmores. We will swing big here. Do you block? You do. Down to a 10. All right. We're closing in. And we eventually will start getting more tokens soon with our Overlord of the Mistmore. But is it going to be enough? Command the Dreadhorde. Wow. Bold move, opponents. I mean, that's a lot to bring in just the Frog Scout, but that was not enough. All right, we take game 2. Okay. I guess we'll just have to run it back. There's nothing else I really need to adjust or change here. We should be fine with what we have. Okay, so this is the final one for today, everybody. Win or lose. Can we beat down our opponent here? Can we get the victory with our kind of modified, goofy version of a Bounce Blink deck? Wasn't exactly the build I was looking at, but don't worry. It still will be something if you like it. You can at least have that later on. Ugh. Okay, this is not helpful at all. Okay, mulligan. All right. Well, I think this might have to work. We get the Graveyard Hate in hand. Oh boy, but do we want it? What do we want to get rid of though? The Nowhere to Run. Well, actually, no. Nowhere to Run is not bad, but we need hard removal. So that's what we're gonna run. Opponent is mulliganing too. Wait, I just realized. Our deck is the 80. Our opponent has... Wait, do they have 100 cards? No wonder it felt like it took forever. They have, like, way more cards than us. Not sure how I feel about that, but okay. I mean, if that's how they want to run it. Life gain. But they did mulligan pretty low, so that hopefully should come in our favor. Okay, Nowhere to Run. Let's pick apart their hand. Let's get a peeky peek, opponents. Invasion of Eldraine. Okay, that's gone. And put down a Plains. And I guess we'll do this now. Okay, Soul Guide Lantern gone. Okay. So, Soul Guide Lantern at least is now in play, so we have that ready to go. They're playing Jade Light Ranger. Alright. Okay, so the end will be coming eventually, which is annoying, but that's fine. Okay, so we didn't get our removal. But let's see. Draw a card. Nowhere to Run. Okay. Alright, so with that, the end. Okay, annoying. Okay, so we're going to lose all of our cute Doge, but that's okay. Take some damage here. Down to 17. Ossification. Okay. So we're not in a horrible spot here. Jade Light Ranger's gone. Okay, well, board's clear. Now it's just going to be an awkward game of they're going to have a top deck, but we're flooded. So let's see. Can we get a creature? We need anything right now that would help us out. And we're not getting what we need. So with that, I guess we'll just pass. Well, this is going to be a little slow one here, but that's fine. Feeling pretty good. All right. Hydroid Krasis. Annoying, but that's fine. They refuel a little bit. Opponent here may think they have a shot at getting around one of our creatures, but ossification. Phew. Okay. Hopeless Nightmare. Hit him for 2. Make him lose a card. Keep them in check as best as we can. Okay. So, we just... Okay. So there is our graveyard shenanigans. Okay, we'll have to wait until when we can do this. Okay, so here's how we do this. Nurturing Pixie. Bounce back the Hopeless Nightmare. We will Shelter by Ghosts. Get rid of Muldrotha. Okay, so threat down for now. Still waiting for our opponent to call in that Yorion, though. Tranquil Frill back. Okay, that's fine. Very annoying because we will lose an artifact or an enchantment. Most likely it's going to be the Sheltered by Ghosts. Yep. No surprise there. Okay. Still, we have a way of getting around stuff. Okay. We will need to get out... Get out of Swamp. Okay. Leafkin Druid. Okay, opponent. Alright, our turn. Birth of Melithus. Ossification again. Muldrotha's going bye-bye. Hopeless Nightmare again. Down to 15. Wow, this is just going back and forth. Still, it could be anyone's game. Anyone's game. Abrupt Decay. Come on. Jeez. Okay. The hard part with this one is just trying to figure out when to use the Soul Guide Lantern, because they're going to keep casting stuff, but I want them to just dump a bit more into the yard. Okay. Okay. We're still going to try to find a way around this, everybody. Don't worry. We will have ways around this. Okay, little by little. Okay, Tranquil Frillback gone. Let us... Oh wait, we can't do this. Can't do it just yet. Okay. Okay, still trying to figure this out here. Okay, so we get a Plains. I guess we attack. Down to 13. Okay. Okay. Some way, somehow, we're trying to find a way to get around this, everybody. I don't know if we can't... Oh, come on. Ugh. Nah. Ugh. Okay. Still dealing with these frillbacks is a bit more troublesome than I thought it was. Alright. I mean, actually, they could blow up that ossification if they want to. I don't really care, because that means they will lose their Hydrocrisis. Okay, actually, I guess we don't have a choice now. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to exile the graveyard. Not what I want to do now, but okay. Clifftop Lookout. Okay, they swing. Down to 4. Okay. Scroll Shift. Actually, hold on. How do we do this here? Okay. Wait. Let's see. This is tricky. Yeah. Not sure if there's a way out of this one. They blink everything again. Ugh. Don't want to do it this way, but I have no choice. Draw a card. They throw away their Yorion. Elsaid. No attacks. Pass. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this one here. I think this pretty much is it for us. We sacrifice this just to guarantee Yorion doesn't come back. Okay. And then... Ooh, boy. Up to 5. Okay. A Wrath here is the only thing that helps us survive. Oh, Cookie. Welcome. Welcome, my fiery friend. Thanks again for joining us. Man, I fell asleep and got late again. Haha. That's okay. I still appreciate you being here. Just in time for us to lose. Alright. Well. Yeah. Well, that stinks. Dang. Not quite what I wanted to see there. Sadness. Alright. Well, I mean, as much as I want to keep going, everybody, yeah. We're going to have to cut it there. Just because, again, I got to take care of my own personal stuff again, as always. But I do appreciate all of you hanging in there for the day. So, with that, we'll end it here. And again, I'll have to make a little distinction here. So, with this one, let's go ahead and show you again what exactly we were talking about. So, oh, Cookie, resubbing again for the 2nd month. Thank you so much, my fiery friend. Appreciate that. Thanks again for showing the love. Okay, so that's basically it for the deck, everybody. So that was for all of you, the Bouncer. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? So real quick, actually, I want to bring it back to the original version. So let's actually close this out for a brief moment here. I kind of awkwardly did not save a copy of this one, so I'm going to have to do this one kind of from memory. Okay, so the original version of the deck that we showed you earlier is going to be the one I'm going to just briefly talk about, and I'll talk about, the good and the bad with it. And then we'll kind of go from there. Because the original version I liked, but it did have some flaws to it, so we will discuss those. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Going to try to do this as best I can here. So this version had 21. Okay, so the original version had vehicles added to it. And the vehicles that we used were not too bad, but they didn't. I know they were a little clunky, but they still worked for what we had. So we had we had Sky Sovereign. I think that was mostly it for there. And then let's see. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, that was right. We had one random enchantment that I was going to try to use for a little bit of extra value. Where was that at? That was our hidden stockpile. Okay, that was it. So what you see right on the screen right now is this is the original version of the deck. So I did honestly like with this version. It was fun, but it was a little unrefined. So from the original version that we had today, most likely on a budget, this is not a bad deck. I just personally think that maybe I probably should have streamlined it a little bit more to be more in favor for enchantments versus the vehicle package. The vehicle package was kind of like a plan B to the deck. It also was actually a little bit cheaper to build than just like pure enchantments. So if you want to spend a little bit more, if you want to keep this version, I would say it's perfectly fine. And I'll leave a link for this original build. The things I would probably do if you want to keep the original version of the build is probably would maybe, I might even dare say just get rid of the actual package of the energy completely. So if we were to then tweak this, and I guess I'll clone this one too real quick. So if we were to make an adjustment for this one, it most likely will just be cutting those 4 cards and the glint sleeve siphoner. So that opens up now basically 9 cards to kind of work with here and kind of readjust here. So the Overlords most likely will be your best bet for what you want to put in here. So instead, I would say maybe like 1 Overlord of the Bale mark, and then just load up on the Mistmoors on the back end. So that gives you plenty to work with here. Scroll Shift works perfectly fine as well with this. Overlord here. If you need maybe another card to blink or bounce stuff with, let's see. You probably could just choose... There is a flicker effect that you can use. And I think that one is, was it Flicker of Fate? Yes. So this one, again, if you want to go mostly just pure bouncing things, Flicker of Fate, Scroll Shift are great for you. You can just reuse all of your stuff over and over again. So I think this might have been probably the better package to build. So we'll keep this one here. You actually can now cut Meg Hanger. That actually means that, let's see. So for this version right here, if you were to keep it as is, and you wanted to just go with this build, so that's going to cost you what? 4 rares, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rares there with 1 open. So I probably would put in maybe a creature land is probably like your backup for stuff. So that's probably where I would take this. So in that were the case, I guess I would say, and then also based on what we have here. Okay. Any of the creature lands would be probably helpful for you, depending on whichever one you want. Most likely, you either want, if you go with this plan here, you probably could use any of the other ones, or you could probably even use Fountain Port if you want to like do some more grinding, if you want to do it that way. Mirrex also can make you something if you just want, again, a creature land. Pretty much like stuff like Mutavault, I guess, would be helpful for you. It really depends on what you prefer. Although personally, if I were to pick, I would say probably either Hive of the Eye Tyrant, cut a swamp, and then go up a plains. So this way you have more plains than swamps, and you can keep everything as is. So that's an alternate version if you want upgrades to the 60 card version. So we'll just dub it like that. I did forget. So if you want to keep this as budget, this is a decent version of it right here. And I think this is probably going to be the one I probably would play with going forward. The one that we put together on stream today, the Bouncer Upgrades. So this one, I did like what we were doing with it, but I was a little clunky with it. This is something I probably would need way more time to actually refine into an actually proper Yorion deck. But the idea is there. You just play creatures that bounce things. Use Yorion to bounce things. And then you're going to keep reutilizing your sagas and your enchantments over and over again just to generate a ton of value. So this is where this version would differentiate from, say, like, oh, I don't know, a Doom Foretold deck. Because I know Doom Foretold likes cheap stuff that they can just keep sacrificing and just kind of annoying your opponent. This version of the deck that utilizes or reuses your enchantments for extra value, you're not trying to make your opponent sacrifice stuff. What we're trying to do is just outvalue them by kind of recasting stuff technically for free and kind of cheating the overlords in for an extra bonus value by just blinking stuff back and forth. So that's just the FYI, a differentiation between the two of them. If you like this build, I'll put in both. I guess I'll put in all links for them if you do like any of the versions of the deck that we played today. So that will do it that way. I think that'll be the simplest way to explain this. Still, I still honestly like my original build. Maybe I am a little biased, if you will, but I think the upgraded version here probably might be the best version if you like that. If you like a Yorion build, then we'll give you, of course, that one as well. So there's definitely variations here, whichever one you want to do. If you want to go super crazy, then you probably could go into a third color, just go Esper, and then just you have a ton of extra ways of not only bouncing your stuff, but also bouncing your opponent's stuff. I won't have enough time to go over all that today, but maybe we might look at, again, another budget deck tech in the future that kind of reevaluates this deck. Maybe after Ether Drift, because I want to see what vehicles we will get. So we'll see. I'm super excited for that set. Hopefully, again, that's going to be fun. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for you, everybody. I know it wasn't really a super in-depth one, but I appreciate y'all sticking in there for me. So, as always, since you made it this far into the stream, thanks again for hanging in there, everybody, because all of you right now are my true fiery friends, and because of that, you're going to get a little sneak peek as to what we're doing. So I'm finishing up right now the Draw to Death deck that's going to be going out Monday. That one will be our next big deck tech. It has gameplay in it, and it has an in-depth footage on this one. As far as our next budget one, we still have basically Caves. That's going to be the next 4-colored cut deck. I actually really like this one. It's super clunky, but it somehow works. It actually is really fun. So we'll definitely, of course, leave the links for these ones. Saga of Tom most likely will be our Saga one that we're going to then focus on once we play our next stream. That's most likely going to be it. We'll talk about Ether Drift when that comes out next week, or at least we get previews for that one. I'm still trying to find the right balance for basically Phyrexia as another 4-color ultra budget deck. And then I'll probably have some more fun with another cool burn deck, if you will. This one has no rares, no mythics, but it is legal and timeless. And you'll see why we want to play it in timeless. But otherwise, I don't really have much else to say except one more time, everybody. Thanks again for, as always, your support for me. And I really do appreciate that. Show some love. Like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss out on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, and so much more. But with one final thing I want to say is shout outs to everybody that are still here. So Cookie, thanks again for joining us a little bit late there, but I do appreciate your love. Den Splendid, as always, my all-star. Don't worry, we will have a chance to battle again soon. Kebby, thanks again for your advice, of course, when it came to helping rebuild the deck. I really appreciate your support on that one. Those of you that are watching on other platforms, such as Instagram, I see you there. So Spirit Wolf Gamer, thanks again for joining us as always. The one and only Master Terp, thanks again. Lorenz, sorry, I'm messing this up. Lorenz Support joined also from Instagram. Thanks again for that. If you're watching from Kick as well, thanks again also for the support there on X or YouTube, wherever you're watching the content. Thank you one more time. But otherwise, I have to, of course, get ready for my big boy job. So because of that, I have to get going now, everybody. Thanks one more time for joining us for today, everybody. We will definitely see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend, no matter where you're at. And as always, wait, hold on. Messing up my stuff here, everybody. Don't worry. I got this. Hold on. I think I got it. There we go. Just no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you next week, everybody. Later.